Hello, everyone. I am here because I did say in my last video that I would possibly have a follow-up. And with my recent graduation from Spelman College, May 17th, that now makes me a Spelman alumna. And the college recently released a statement this past Friday. And so I will be sharing my thoughts, reflections, sentiments, and really just providing an update, but also being as respectful as possible to all of the individuals that have been significantly impacted by this experience. I'm proud to share that at graduation, I did receive departmental honors in political science. I also received departmental honors in comparative women's studies. I also received honors cords for Pi Sigma Alpha, the political science honor society, as well as the Coleman Slater Prize, named after Spelman's first Black female president, Miss Janetta B. Cole. So I am very proud of my own accomplishments and will share in future videos what my new life will be like post-graduation from Spelman. I want to reiterate throughout this video and the others that are going to come after this that my desire is to be honest. I do not really desire to attack individuals. In my first video, I made sure to state and use words like the individual or trying not to name names, because my desire really is to discuss institutional accountability. Accountability does begin with the institution, but it does not end with just the institution. And I do want to discuss leadership because it is important for me. Spelman's mission and tagline is that we have a choice to change the world. And I do not believe that any of the events that occurred regarding this pageant reflects that broader mission. It did not. This severely fragmented and harmed the Spelman women that attend the institution, the alumni, their families, and it is my hope with the new incoming president that nothing like this, of this magnitude, ever happens to any other Black woman. I want to be clear that this video reflects my firsthand observations, the public available information, so I understand what has been communicated to the public versus what I absolutely know to be true behind the scenes. I do not desire to divide our institution, our community, but I do want to contribute to a larger, honest conversation we have to have about how to protect Black women, preserve the integrity of one of the nation's most respected HBCUs. In full transparency, yes, I am friends with Jillian. That is my Spelman sister. I love her dearly and support her immensely. However, my proximity, my relationship to her does not in any way compromise the level of integrity that I have and believe others should have as they are having conversations around what happened with the Miss Spelman pageant. I want to start off by saying this was not about two women fighting. This public conversation about Jillian versus Kinsley misses the larger issue. This is a story, a circumstance, an unfortunate experience that prompted two Black women to be placed in an extremely difficult situation because of the mishaps of the institution. Both Black women deserved honesty, clarity, and protection from the very beginning. Neither student created the tabulation. They are not self-appointed queens, and they are not responsible for communicating the results. The institution held that responsibility. This situation overlooks the broader questions of leadership, governance, and institutional ethics that deserve our attention. As stated, I was at the pageant in real time on Saturday, April 11th. I witnessed Jillian win 3 of the 5 categories that create the Miss Spelman outcome. So yes, in real time, as an actual Spelman student, I knew that Jillian won like anybody else in the audience because we saw her win 3 trophies. If you Google any photos of Jillian in a lovely yellow dress, you will see both of her arms full of the awards she was given. They were not participation awards. They were for the categories she won. Please refer to my previous video, to see what those categories were. Yes, it was overwhelmingly frustrating, confusing, upsetting to see another individual be gifted a crown when we knew they only won one category. The population vote is 1/5. We know that the outcome of Ms. Spelman is not a popularity contest. I will go into the video further a little bit later to discuss what Ms. Spelman means, what the objective usually is, and what some of their requirements are, not just domestic facing to the institution, but what it means as they travel outside of Georgia to other states and the other events that they are expected to attend and lead the Spelman face more largely at, which is why it is ludicrous that the VP of Student Affairs would create a co-queen title, because in what capacity did you think Spelman was going to be able to send 2 queens out into the world that unethically communicated a tie that never occurred? But that is something I will get to later. So when I talk about accountability begins with the institution, but it does not end there, I want to first say that everyone that is making comments online in support of or against any student, implicitly or explicitly, you are contributing to this problem that moves accountability away from the institution. The institution possesses the authority. They create policies. They administer competitions, communicate outcomes, establish the standards that students are expected to live by. The Office of Student Affairs is expected to cultivate trust, fairness, and student well-being. That didn't happen. And when mistakes often, leadership is expected. So when I say the VP of Student Affairs, that is the leader, is expected to responsibly acknowledge openly, not communicate several different messages to the alumni, to the current student body, and the public that ignores owning the tabulation error. That is what you are supposed to do. That did not happen. You did not communicate a clear path forward at all. Transparency is not weakness. Transparency strengthens institution. It enhances community building. It bridges the gap for how we move from emotions to integrity and to becoming healthier people. You must demonstrate integrity even in moments of failure. Spelman does not need to be lauded perfect while simultaneously upholding being the #1 institution, because institutions make mistakes. How we resolve them reflects what missions we hold truer to our heart. And in this situation, Spelman College still, as of recently on Friday, refuses to acknowledge a mistake because they are using Kinsley's step down of the crown to scapegoat what should be coming out of its mouth. And the turning off of the comments, right now we are watching in real time a Black mother and father deal with individuals who have chosen to turn off their comments to avoid accountability, to avoid transparency, to avoid honesty. We already know in our Black community what it means to hide and be evasive with information, and how cumbersome, exhausting, and damaging it is on people's reputations, their mental health, and their ability to move forward healthily. There is no reason why the college institution has their comments off. There is no reason why they are refusing to acknowledge that this issue, this demise, this frustration, this overwhelming problem occurred because of them, specifically the adults who govern this pageant.